am King Akeem Joffer, and I believe you are the heir to the throne of Zamunda.
Yes, my son.
Good morning.
All right. It is time once again for yet another episode of Color Commentary, where we give you views from a different side. This, of course, is your host. Chuck, what you doing over there, bro?
Kind of forever, right?
No, bro. This is Zamunda. This is a completely different fake African country.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Zamunda forever, son.
Zamunda forever.
Anyway, so yes, this of course is I was about to say Chuck Taylor. I don't even know what my name is. This is your host, Rashad Waters, and my co-host,
Chuck Taylor here, guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Want to be all like the kind of forever. It's Zamunda
forever. Thank you. All right, so obviously we're going to be reviewing the hot new movie Coming to America.
Two.
No, it's called Coming to America.
Two.
No, it's called Coming to America. Listen, we're going to review this movie, you sweat from a baboon's balls.
What the hell? You called me some balls? Or maybe go in the opposite character, bro. All right.
All right, Mr. Chuck, what you got? What's your review on this new Eddie Murphy remake of the original movie from, like, was it 20, 30, 40, 50 years? I don't know how long ago it was.
30 years ago. I think it was 30 years. All right, but I enjoyed the heck out of this movie. Watched it a few times with the family. With my dad and my mom and the rest of the family. We just it was funny. It was a good story. The colors looked great. All the characters, acted just like on the first one. Like everybody was like seamless. Like you could tell everyone enjoyed filming this type of movie.
Mm-hmm.
It had a lot of good dancing, like music. The soundtrack to me was really dope.
Right.
They fit with every scene. So I really like how, they influenced some of the old school and some of the new school and also some of the African style music as well. The attire was on point too. Like everybody's clothes was like he said on fleek.
On fleek is dead, father.
On fleek is dead, father.
It's no more.
And then also just seeing how everyone aged so well, I was like, bro, black does not crack. These people look like they look when they film the movie. Some of them,
well,
they don't look any different.
Black didn't crack for most of them. There was one of them.
Yeah, for most of them it didn't crack. Most of them it was pretty good. Some of them had a little, but everybody else.
Yeah, but we'll leave that to the spoiler review.
All right. But yeah, other than that, I thought it was, it worked well as a sequel. I enjoyed the movie. Thoroughly throughout. I watched it 2 times, so yeah, it was good.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. I did enjoy the movie. I thought there were some parts where it wasn't perfect, but the one thing I liked about this movie is, unlike WandaVision, they stuck the landing. Like it was a movie that was kind of like, I really like this. It's kind of okay. It's really good. Oh, that was a really good ending. I like this movie. So I really, just like Chuck did, I'm surprised you said this, I really enjoyed the music for this part. That was one thing that it was definitely different than the original movie. The focus on music in this movie was very different than the original. So I really enjoyed that. And there are some things, there's enough that they borrowed from the original, so it connects, but at the same token, it had its own type of thing. Is it as good as the original? I mean, it's going to be hard to beat the original Coming to America. And so I don't think you should go into the movie looking for that. Just try to appreciate this movie for what it is. And that's going to be hard to do, but try to appreciate this movie for what it is. Try to get the nostalgia out of your head. Like, oh, anything from 30 years ago has got to be perfect. And just try to appreciate this movie for what it is. And I think that you'll have a good appreciation for it as well. All right, Mr. Chuck, what was your feeling about this whole movie? Spoiler review. Go for it.
Yeah, I really thought it was funny. I thought I thought the whole movie from beginning to end had me rolling. Like I had parts in it. Like I thought all the characters were able to stand on their own and support the movie well. Like a lot of times with Eddie Murphy movies, like he's the only person that's like really funny.
Okay.
Like he's the key of the movie.
Right.
So with this many comedians and this many actors, they all work well together. Like his son to me was hilarious.
So this is like the Black Panther of comedy movies. So it wasn't just focused on one person. It was multiple big cast. Okay.
Yeah, like his son and his son's mom, his mom. What he call it? And my mom.
Moms and his moms.
Yeah, his moms. Yeah, like them must have me rolling, bro. I was dying laughing with them two. They when they went to go package it, you can have all of it. And then when she was in the when he came, he was like, I got these 3 beautiful women about the baby. Mom was like, in a new country, sometimes you just need to go with it, and don't offend nobody. And then you knew something was wrong was going on with her. Dude come out the water. He's like, your privates are clean, madam. He's like, just one more time. I was like, oh god. So I do like how they allow the women to kind of have a little bit of the like on the first one, it was only the men that got all the great pleasures and all the that was kind of definitely masculinity was high on the first one.
Yeah.
This one, the women got to kind of come in their own a little bit more, and it was kind of equal playing field. So that's one thing that was completely different on the first one.
That honestly seemed to be one of the major themes of the movie, was kind of like the equality with women.
Yeah, and I think the message of that was really good. Even that we had all the fun jokes and stuff, that was still something big. That is, I'm not saying I don't know a lot about some of the countries in Africa, but I do probably assume some of that's the issue with women not having the rights of men. To have business thing. I don't know if that's true all the way, so I'm not going to try to go down that road. But I can see that still being an issue today.
Okay.
I know America. Women definitely have started to, become the pioneers and have their own say on certain things, not just they're behind the man and the man runs everything.
Right.
So to make sure the movie, they showed that what's the difference between America and what's the place called? Zimbabwe?
Zamunda.
Yeah, Zamunda. So I also think what's his boy that was his partner in crime?
Arsenio Hall.
Arsenio Hall's character. All his side characters like the preacher and the old dude that was spitting on him.
Yeah, he was great. He was really great.
He was so funny. He was like just talking mad junk with him. Oh, that was good. And one of my favorite scenes was the funeral for his dad. He's like, I want my funeral to be magnificent. He said it will be what was the words that Eddie said? But just before he was like, it'll be
marvelous, incredible, spectacular, awesome.
Spectacular. It was spectacular.
Okay.
He said, yes, sir, let's do it now. And then they just basically had the funeral and he was like alive to see it. It was kind of cool and kind of weird in a way, but it's like I can understand, like, you actually can see the greatness just before you die. So that's like an awesome feeling he got to feel before he.
Let's just be real. I want that. Okay. Without the only one,
that would be cool.
I would love to have that.
No, you weren't. That would be a cool send off. Like you could just time when you gonna die, and like. Mm-hmm. I guess that's the only part. I guess he's just holding on so he could just die when he felt like it. Right. I haven't got that point, and I'm not looking forward to it yet. but yeah. So yeah, that was really cool. They had all the singers and dancers, and they had Morgan Freeman giving the speech, and that was. And the bloopers on that part with Morgan Freeman were hilarious. We were talking about people don't even blink anymore because like Slim thought he was supposed to sex, but he said blink. Thing was so funny.
As soon as he started talking, I was like, "Is that because you didn't see his face for like another couple seconds?" I was like, "Is that Morgan Freeman?"
Yeah. So they had everybody on here, bro. It was cool, man. and this when he had to become a prince, he was doing the lion stuff. That was awesome. Like the whole, I don't know, the movie was just good. I'm trying to find like bad points. The only thing I can really say that was a little bad in a way, or not done as well, was the transition of the different time periods of the movie. Like they'd be like in Africa, and then they're in New York, and like next scene, and then they're back in Africa again, and then it was like they just teleported back and forth so fast.
It literally takes like a day to make that trip.
It was like literally, and they didn't even act like it took a long time. Like they were tired. And I think he said one time he said he was tired. He was trying to get something from his wife, and she was like, nah. He was like, it's been a long trip, baby, but maybe I could. She's like, why would I even ask that stupid question? He said, this sucks. And, went to sleep.
Right.
So, but yeah, and Eddie was getting basically played the entire movie. His dad was playing him. Everybody was playing like, dang, you got to get assassinated as soon as you better find your son. Right. You're a punk. So that was the only other part I thought they could have made him a little more. They didn't have to make him so weak. Like, I guess they were trying to do it to strengthen the women in his life, but then they made him so weak that he wasn't even like, I mean, he's still supposed to be a king. Like, he still had to have some sort of.
Well, he got stronger towards the end. He did his thing.
A little bit, you think?
A little bit. Okay. He did his thing a little bit.
All right. Well, man,
I really enjoyed this movie. I'm like you, or maybe I'm not sure if you said this or not. You talked about Leslie Jones was her name. I was looking forward to Eddie Murphy's part in this movie, but I was not looking forward to Leslie Jones, and I was not looking forward to Tracy Morgan. Those are two comedians I'm not a fan of them. I rarely think that Tracy Morgan is funny. And every time I saw the trailers, anytime Eddie Murphy would say something, I was like, that's funny. And when Tracy Morgan and Leslie Jones would say something, I'm like, this movie is going to be stupid. And even when the son said something, I was like, this is going to suck. But no, you were 100% right. Everybody landed. Leslie Jones was very good on her part. Tracy Morgan was good on his part. His interaction with Arsenio Hall. I would have liked to have seen more of Arsenio Hall in the Semmi role because he was kind of getting dominated a little bit. But because Arsenio Hall played so many other roles, it was still okay. But I thought that everybody did a great job. By the way, did you recognize the oldest daughter, Mika, as the girl from... what was the name of that movie where they all have the Wolverine type of powers and they can't die? Remember, it was the on
Netflix.
Yeah, I also liked the story overall. I thought the story was fine. I think it kind of went the way that we expected. But I mean, I thought the story was fine. There were some things I disliked. There were some things I disliked about this show. But nothing had to do with comedy. Really, I was more so disappointed in Zamunda itself, and I'll explain what I mean by that. Long before we ever had Wakanda, we had Zamunda. We had Coming to America. Coming to America was really one of the first movies where we really got a chance to see Africans portrayed in a positive and powerful light, making their own destinies, wealthy, Africans coming to the nation. That was really cool for all of us to see, and without a doubt, it influenced the Black Panther movie. I was really disappointed in this movie's portrayal of Zamunda because it was different. Like, you had the chance to see more of that, more of us doing well. But the more that I looked at it, it actually made it seem like, the wealthy people are doing really well, but I didn't really see that everywhere else. Like, for example, the first time that you get a look at that is when you see McDowell's. Like, okay, McDowell's, cool. When you see McDowell's sitting in the middle of the savannah with an elephant walking past, like, bro, like, really? This is your opportunity to show, Zamunda and the city, the street of Zamunda. You're going to put McDowell's in the middle of a field with an elephant walking by? Really? We just going to buy into the stereotypes? Is that what we're doing? Yeah. And then we don't see any of the day-to-day life of the regular people, but we do see plenty of lions. Like, come on. I mean, if we wanted to see animals as it's portrayed with Africa, we can watch any other type of media because they're sure to show us all the animals that we're going to see. Even Lion King, the first movie, to take place in Africa was not about the people of Africa. It was about the animals of Africa, you know? So that was a little disappointing to me. And then I was disappointed in Zamunda itself as far as the women were concerned. Like, I get this movie is about equality, and we wanted to see like a woman, you know, be able to become queen and all that. Like that's cool. We've seen that in movies before, you know, but the fact that a woman can't be a leader of the country, can't be a business owner 30 years later? Really, Zamunda? Like, wow, like you guys are like really behind. That was kind of disappointing. I would have thought that Eddie Murphy as the prince, maybe your boy James Earl Jones as the king wasn't trying to make any moves, and so it would have been Eddie Murphy's time. But literally his wife was like, you said things are going to be different. So Eddie Murphy it seemed like he had the chance to make things different himself, and he didn't. And James Earl Jones was like, I got a deep voice, I ain't got to listen to nobody, you know. So I was disappointed in that. That was the only thing. Other than that, I thought the movie was overall pretty good. It wasn't great. It wasn't a fantastic movie, but I thought it was pretty good. I didn't mention the musical cameos. Salt and Pepper, In Vogue, you know, what a king, what a king, what a king, what a mighty king. And when Gladys, right, and Gladys Knight, listen carefully to the words that Gladys Knight is singing. The words are modified. She's like, and the king is dying, and he's got a son that can't have his own son. He's got a son that can't have a son.
What's the point? It's like, what even is the point? That thing was hilarious.
They were killing him. And like you said, you know, Morgan Freeman, where he was like, and the people stopped having sex. Like, yes, that was great. That was great. One thing that was odd, and I don't know if I'm the only person that felt this way, I thought the chemistry between Mika and the son was a little weird. Am I the only one that felt that way?
And they were a little too close on a lot of things. I'm like,
yeah.
Like, he's attractive and all, but then like he's not really second half sister, but y'all like right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have a sister, so I don't know what that's like. But I just imagine, like, when it comes to my female friends, there's a certain type of body language that I have with them, and it's generally not face to face. Hey there, you know. I don't know. It definitely felt like some chemistry going on there. But overall, I thought the movie was pretty decent there. So let's go ahead and rank it. I guess I need to dance a little bit because my last part got me over. So what dance I'm going to do this time? Let's see. No, we're not doing the hand thing. Keep going back. Get the anger face.
What are you doing?
I don't know, man, but that's
bam.
All right, Mr. Taylor. What's your review of this movie, man? What's the ranking? How many chucks does Coming to America get?
I would give Coming to America a good solid 8 chucks for the movie. I enjoyed it. It was not the best movie I've ever seen, but it was far from the worst. I enjoyed the movie, had fun. I didn't look at every little detail into it and make it have to be so perfect. It's a comedy. So some things, you know, just let it go and just enjoy the film. So I got what I wanted out of the movie. So that's what I'm happy about.
Awesome. Okay. I'm going to give this movie a solid 7.5 chucks. And it's funny because 7 can be bad and 7 can be good. It just kind of depends on how we feel about it. I'm giving this a good 7.5. I thought it was a decent movie. I enjoyed it. I probably would enjoy watching it again. It wasn't perfect. You know, there are some places where some things look cheap, like McDowell's in Savannah. It did look cheap. Every time they showed a plane, like that plane looks cheap, like it's like a straight drawing. You know, the fact that Eddie Murphy didn't have an entourage when he came to America, like they were running out of budget when they got to the end of this movie. But like I said earlier, they did stick the landing, and I didn't mention why. Having Randy Watson and Sexual Chocolate at the end of this movie, accompanied by the Peaches twins, was genius. That was great. I was like, I like this movie after seeing that. So that was great. All right. Well, what do you guys think? This movie causes a lot of division. Are you on the positive camp or are you in the negative camp? Leave a comment. Let us know what you thought. As usual, you've got to subscribe. This is Color Commentary, where we give you views from a different side. They didn't even have sex anymore.
Saturday morning,